Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is a video series I do called Transfer Tuesday, where every week I come on and share what kind of financial moves we are making to get us closer to our ultimate goal of financial freedom. So our main goal for this portion of the year is to max out my Roth IRA with the full $6,500. So that is what we are continuing to work on this week, but also trying to do it a little bit conservatively and also while prioritizing some other goals. We have some travel coming up that we're trying to put money aside for as well. So I was getting very close to my next milestone with paying it off. So I'm doing it in, my tracking chart is in 10% increments. So I was getting close to that 30% mark. So that is what I did to kind of get us over that hump for this week. So I had $1,850 contributed and I needed $1,950 to get to the 30% portion of having it maxed out. So even though I only needed $100, I kind of didn't like the $50 increments, so I actually did $150 to bring us up to an even $2,000 contributed into that account. So I was able to color in another 10% on my chart. So now it has the 3 lines showing that we are 30% of the way there. So when I look at it in the big picture, we are in the 3rd month of the year. So even if I continued at this rate, we would still have it done well before the end of the year. I don't anticipate it actually taking us that long, but even if it did, that is okay too. That we will still get there with plenty of time to spare. But I also wanted to talk about, and I should have talked about it last week, I had mentioned that we had to, we did our taxes and that we were actually going to owe this year. And after talking to our accountant, I decided to make some changes in the way that we were approaching it. So currently, or previously, we were contributing with our employer plans basically just to get our match, and then we were trying to focus on some other after-tax avenues, such as the Roth IRA or Fundrise and things like that. But now we're realizing that's actually not helpful, and I should say within my employer plan, I was actually splitting that as well and doing half of it into pre-tax and the other half into Roth, because my account does offer that. And we have realized now that we need to be able to put more into that pre-tax to lower our taxable income, so that hopefully next year we won't also pay. It also plays in a factor with having a business, so having those taxes, and even though it's an LLC, so they're all flowing onto our taxes, but just trying to restructure that so that we are lowering our taxable income. So I went ahead and decided to move it all to the pre-tax, and actually went from 6% to 7% within that account. Still debating if I want to do even more than that at this time. We were trying to focus on some after-tax venues so that we could kind of build that after-tax bucket and have money accessible for things like early retirement. But I don't want to do it at the detriment of us now and paying more in taxes now. So it's kind of this juggling act. So I did want to just talk about that I made those changes. But back to this week. So in addition to the $150 to the Roth IRA, I'm also putting $300 towards our travel fund. So like I mentioned, we are going on a spring break trip, and we paid for part of it already, and we just want to have the money set aside in savings so that when we come home, we can just pay those credit cards off with that money that was set aside and dedicated for our trip. So we are plugging right along with our goals, even though when I'm looking at my goal board back there, there's still a lot of things on there that I haven't accomplished yet. But we're only 3 months into the year, so I'm going to cut myself some slack. I do have a lot on my plate that I am juggling, so it is okay. So that's going to do it for me. I just wanted to give my quick update and encourage you to be contributing right along and doing whatever works for your budget, but just remembering that it's the consistency that pays off and doing it over and over every week, and that eventually you will get to your goal. So I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again next week.